begin at 5 with an I-Team investigation and a story we broke earlier today. The Attorney General's office says the president of St. Bernard Parish was aware of illegal gambling activities inside his office, made rape threats against his wife, and visited thousands of pornographic websites.
Right now, Dave Peralta is indicted on 2 separate charges in 2 different parishes and will go to trial later this year on both sexual battery and stalking charges. Today's allegations come in a new court filing. I-Team investigative reporter Travers Mackel is live now at 5 with a copy of the latest court filing.
Adriana, in this new court filing, the Attorney General says Peralta left a note saying he was going to rape his wife, has a questionable search history when using the internet, including searches for rough sex, and that he's a gambling addict who was well aware of a gambling operation inside his office. Already indicted for sexual battery and stalking, Dave Peralta is also the target of a grand jury investigation dealing with malfeasance in office. The AG is trying to prove its case to that body that Peralta used work computers to commit other crimes. And now we have new information and allegations by the state that it wants a jury to consider when the sexual battery case goes to trial. This filing, made public just hours ago, is the notice of the state's intention to introduce other bad acts, and it paints a very dark picture of Peralta. In the filing, Assistant AG Matthew Derbez says a recent search of the computers investigators seized from Peralta's office and home last summer show over 2,000 URLs associated with pornography were found. And while watching porn is not a crime, what is relevant here is that a significant number of the sites David Peralta visited provide pornographic images or videos depicting forced sex, rape, bondage, and rough sex. Again, the defendant has claimed on numerous occasions that the rape fantasy, bondage, and rough sex were activities that the victim desired and not the defendant. The internet history contradicts those claims. Prosecutors say that, again, in July of last year, on just his government-issued computer, Peralta had 15 visits to a porn website under the rough sex category. The filing also says Peralta also visited another porn site that same month 5 times, searching under rough and forced, and had one video visited which depicts a woman being raped with her wrist duct taped together and her mouth covered in duct tape as well. Assistant AG Derbez also says Peralta's wife Sharon uncovered gambling activities occurring between government employees at the government complex. Sharon Schaefer, Peralta's now ex-wife, reported the activity, and the filing says he recommended a 3-day suspension and transfer for her. Prosecutors in the filing ask, why was the defendant so upset that the victim exposed gambling at the government complex that he wanted to have his own wife suspended 3 days and transferred to a different building? The answer is that her reporting of this incident jeopardized the defendant's ability to do something he loved at work, gamble. Also, the release of that information was likely to lead to inquiries from the media and other investigative agencies. Last summer, our cameras were rolling when investigators removed evidence from Peralta's house. The filing says one item removed, a note, is now key to the sexual battery case. The filing says this note is direct evidence that the defendant intended to rape the victim. It goes on to say, the fact that he drafted the note clearly contradicts his previous statements to the media that the rape was her idea or her desire and something he was merely fulfilling. Once again, these are all bad acts that prosecutors are asking a judge to allow into the sexual battery case as they move to trial later this year. Another investigation into malfeasance is still ongoing. Dave Peralta denies any wrongdoing and remains parish president. When contacted by phone today, he says he cannot comment due to a gag order in this case. Adriana?
All right, thank you, Travers. And here's a timeline of the recent legal troubles of Dave Peralta. This past April, Peralta was indicted by a St. Bernard Parish grand jury on a sexual battery charge involving his ex-wife. He pleaded not guilty to that charge. Then in July, a separate civil case was filed claiming Peralta continued to harass and threaten his ex-wife. And later that month, St. Bernard Sheriff's officials seized computers and documents from parish administrative offices and Peralta's home. Last week, there was a reported burglary at Peralta's office. He claims 2 discs containing an audit on the IT department were stolen.